Hey guys, what's going on, man? Goose here, man. And coming back at your video, and this video is the title says it all. Jayden Daniels, is he a Heisman candidate? And so I'll give you my answer right now, and then I'll give my reasons for why I feel that. Yes, I think he is a Heisman candidate. I think if he keeps putting up, these numbers that he's putting up right now, that he will be invited to New York for the to be a Heisman finalist. Now, whether he'll win or not, I don't know. Usually, the Heisman candidate goes to the player with the best football team, and but we'll see. We'll see. But Jayden Daniels has really improved from this year, from last year to this year. I mean, this year, he was very tentative last year, throwing the ball down the field. He was really unwilling to take chances, and that was, basically, I think that was by design. I think the coaching staff told him to be a little more, conservative with his throwing the ball down the field. I think they wanted to limit. The turnovers last year, and what they did a really good job this year. And outside of the Florida State game, I think Jayden Daniels has really he's really improved since game one. I mean, if you look what he did against Arkansas, every time Arkansas scored, LSU scores right back. Against Ole Miss, same way. Ole Miss scores, LSU comes back and scores. I mean, there was nothing. Jayden Daniels did everything he could at Ole Miss game to win that football game. And just like the Missouri game this past weekend, the Mississippi State game. I know that game was a blowout, but Jayden Daniels had the best passing performance ever. Well, as LSU quarterback. So this guy. I mean, he's really helped himself. I think getting drafted in the NFL. Coming into after last year, I thought there was he's not an NFL kind of player. He might be able to go to the XFL, USFL, Canadian Football League, but Jayden Daniels has really improved. I think he improved his draft stock going to next year, and I really believe he is a Heisman candidate. All depends on if LSU can finish out this season strongly and go to Atlanta for the SEC title game, and that's putting the cart before the horse. But let's just say LSU does that, and they beat Alabama, they beat Texas A&M, they beat Florida, they beat Auburn. If they win all those games, then let's just say they lose to Georgia. There's a very good chance he could have the Heisman Trophy. But it remains. Look, there's a lot of good quarterbacks. You got Michael Penix, you got Caleb Williams, you got Shedeur Sanders, you got Bo Nix, and you got Jayden Daniels. I think those five guys are really the top five quarterbacks in college football right now. But let's look at his stats this year, because Jayden Daniels has played outstanding this season. Florida State game's not on there. Hold on. Okay, I got to change that real quick here. Let's see, I got to share a screen so y'all can see it. What I'm seeing. There we go. The Florida State game wasn't up. The Florida State game, he only completed 59.5% of his passes. So you round that up, it's 60%. He threw for 346 yards. He did have an interception, but he was sacked 4 times. He really played. I thought that was his worst game of the year. And there's a lot of LSU fans that were doubting him after that Florida State game. There were some LSU fans that were saying it was time just to move on from Jayden Daniels, move on. Let's just bring Nussmeier in but coaching staff didn't see it that way. As against Grambling, it's Grambling, but he did throw. I know it's Grambling, so take it with a grain of salt. But he did throw for 5 touchdowns against Grambling. That's FCS school. But then they went on the road to face Mississippi State in the first SEC game. He completed 88% of his passes, which is an LSU record. He threw for 361 yards. He also ran for 64. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then, I know Mississippi State's not a really good football team, but was it the passing performance? I mean, it's never been done before. Even Joe Burrow didn't do that. All right, then he played Arkansas. I mean, if you look at his completion percentage, it was 69%. Really wasn't that great, but he did have 4 touchdown passes. He also ran for 36 more yards, but every time Arkansas scored, Jayden Daniels would lead the team down the field and get a touchdown, and he led the drive. At the end of the game, LSU got a field goal to win the game against Ole Miss. What more could Jayden Daniels have done against Ole Miss? Threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He ran for 99 yards, also had a rushing touchdown, completed 75% of his passes, threw for 414 yards on the road. There's nothing more he could have done against Ole Miss. The team put up 49 points. The defense was utter atrocious in that game. So if the defense was halfway decent, LSU would have won that game. But then you go with this past weekend against Missouri. 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, ran for 130 yards, did have a rushing touchdown, completed 71% of his passes, and look, he got knocked out the game and had to come back. If he don't come back in this game, LSU don't win this football game. He don't win. They don't win. I mean, if Jayden Daniels doesn't come back in that Missouri game, they don't win. They don't win. So it's hold on. Someone's texting. But Jayden Daniels is just he's a phenomenal quarterback. He's probably if the season ends up like if he keeps putting up the numbers like he has been throughout this season, he's going to have the second best season as a quarterback in LSU history, next to, of course, Joe Burrow. But I can't. There's nothing more I can say about Jayden Daniels. He's the best player on our football team. It's not even close. He is a Heisman candidate, and I hope he's if he doesn't win the Heisman, I hope he gets invited to New York. Just for him to be a Heisman finalist would be awesome for his career, because he deserves it for what I know, for some of the grief LSU fans gave him have given him last year and the first game this year. If you're not a Jayden Daniels fan right now and you're an LSU fan, then nothing's going to please you. Nothing will. But I think he's a Heisman. I think he's a Heisman candidate. Will he win? Look, that's another story in itself. But I think he definitely should be invited to New York at the end of the year. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Tigers!